In my previous video, I talked about landing pages, and I was talking about sort of like the perfect template or layout, a best practice layout for a landing page, which again is a mini website used for marketing, especially ad campaigns that come in from paid ads where you need to funnel the person and quickly get them to take an action. So I want to mention something else, which is that you never hold a landing page sacrosanct because it's pretty, or you love the content, or you've fallen in love with it in some way because it's elegant and beautiful and aesthetic and it looks just like other landing pages that perform really well, because you might be in for a nasty surprise. And here's what I mean. Often, it's the most frustrating thing in marketing. Often, pretty websites that look good and everybody reasonably sits around and says, yeah, that's gonna do really well, will not do well. And sometimes instead of beating your head against the wall, what you need to do is try something. It's almost like contrarian take. It's like do something completely opposite of what every instinct in your body tells you to do. For example, let's say you have a really lengthy landing page that has even the stuff that I gave you in that template, right? This could happen to you where you do everything right. It looks just like the model, but the data from the campaign is that it's not working well. Like, people are visiting the page and not converting. The data of the campaign is always the truth. That's what you have to pay attention to, okay? Standards and templates and best practices will only get you so far. All that really matters at the end of the day is, what does the audience say about the experience of going through your funnel? So if people like it, they're going to buy, they're going to convert, they're going to give their name, whatever. If they don't, they're not. It starts with offer is number one. If what you're offering is not interesting to the audience, they're not going to buy. It doesn't matter how pretty the landing page is. That's number one. So do yourself a favor and have an incredibly good offer, because if you don't have that, you're done. You're cooked, okay? The next thing is, if you have a good offer, but your landing page isn't converting, you got to try different things. Like, for example, we have a campaign right now where we built a landing page off of something the client really liked from another supposedly successful person in their industry. So we modeled it, and it's a beautiful page. It's got structurally, it's all right. It's got testimonials and videos and and lots of information. But the bottom line was, we ran traffic through it and it wasn't converting well. So I said, like, to my team, let's go ahead and try something completely different, which is, let's try a stripped down landing page where the only thing on the landing page is basically like a header, like a headline, and then there's a calendar to book an appointment, and it's super bare bones. That, by the way, we're using that in a campaign where it is converting amongst the highest of any of the campaigns that we're running. And it's just got nothing on it. So it's not going to win any beauty awards, and it doesn't have much on it. And it's almost like the lack of information is better than confusing the crap out of the person visiting the page, where they're like overwhelmed and then they don't make a decision, because the confused mind will not make a decision. And that's the thing in marketing, is sometimes you always have to split test. Okay, so for example, try a landing page. If your landing page isn't converting, try another variant of it. And if you have a platform like we use, which is High Level, it actually lets you do the split test variants side by side. You can divide the traffic and run people to different pages coming into the same funnel, so it can actually compare for you over time. That's the way to go. Like, really, right off the bat, you should create multiple versions that are diametrically opposed, where it's like you're very clearly in one direction or another. Like, for example, really long landing page, really short landing page, okay? Do the things like that, or different offers. If you know the landing page converts well, but the offer is the question, you could do that. The other thing is, if you're using a campaign like Meta, you should really try comparing driving traffic to the landing page, which takes them off of Meta, and you get penalized for that, like I've talked about in previous videos, or pulling it in through Meta. So try bringing the leads in through Meta and then nurturing them on the back end, or even like doing a two-step thing where you bring them in through Meta initially, you get their just basic information, then you put them in a CRM, you nurture them on the back end, and you offer them to go to the website, comparing the results of that to just take them off Meta to your landing page and let your landing page do everything. Okay, those are two very different things. One, you collect some information on Meta, and then you kind of continue the journey on your own site or through your own emails or whatever it is. And the other one is just like, no, we're taking you off Meta and we're putting you in our funnel. And you're gonna find that if you've never tried one versus the other, you might get wildly different results. So you have to try these things, because you just cannot put with how difficult ad campaigns are these days and how much you're vying for competition, you're vying for attention from your visitors, you have to make sure that you've tried different things. And again, don't hold anything sacrosanct. Don't make assumptions. Assumptions will kill you in marketing.